Hello, and welcome again to IMS's YouTube channel. In today's video, we are comparing the three IPM programs offered by IIM Rohtak, IIM Ranchi, and the last to begin, IIM Shillong. Whenever students ask us about whether to go for this college or that college, etc., the queries generally are on how is the course, whether course is a good fit for me or not. What is the value of that course? What is the positioning of that course in the corporate market? And of course, then comes the important question of the ROI. What is the fees? What is the placements, etc. So these are the four parameters that we are going to look at also apart from the other qualitative factors for all the three programs. So let's begin. So we start with the first college, IIM Rohtak. IIM Rohtak started in 2019. Okay, total fees is somewhere around ballpark figure of 40 lakhs. For all the IIM courses, you should always keep in mind that the last 2 years, the MBA phase, the fees are exactly same as the then MBA batch. So that fees keeps on increasing by some percentage when you are going to reach that fourth year and fifth year. So, total fees will always vary by 2 lakhs, 3 lakhs, etc. plus minus. Okay. Average placements, Rohtak has been able to achieve 20 lakh per annum average placement for the latest MBA batch, which has just passed out. And the highest placement Rohtak could manage was 37 lakhs per annum. Looking at Ranchi, Ranchi started 2 years after. So Ranchi started in 2021. The fees of Ranchi is slightly lesser than Rohtak, 34 to 36 lakhs ballpark figure. Placements very slightly less but similar. So Rohtak, Ranchi are similar in terms of fees and in terms of placements. Highest placement that Ranchi got was 50 lakhs per annum in the latest MBA batch. And finally, IIM Shillong started in 2024. So in fact, this year, the second batch is just entering IIM Shillong. Okay, 38 lakhs is the fees for IIM Shillong. 26 lakhs per annum is the average placement that Shillong has been able to manage. And 71 lakhs per annum is the highest that they could manage this year. So clearly the numbers for Shillong look a lot better in terms of the average placement. Fees is also slightly on the higher side as compared to Ranchi, but placements are also definitely better. So it's probably a short-term pain, for long-term gain. Okay. So what do all of these programs share? What is the commonality across all the three programs is what we begin with. First is the academic structure. All of them have a 5-year course, 5-year residential BBA MBA, exit after the 3 years. So when you exit out of Rohtak after 3 years, they will give you a BBA degree. When you exit out of Ranchi, they will give you a BBA degree. When you exit out of Shillong after 3 years, they will still give you BBA degree. Only thing is, Shillong, interestingly, has an option of BBA honors also for you to continue for the 4th year and then exit the program. Okay, which Rohtak and Ranchi does not have. So Shillong has the option of BBA honors also, which Ranchi and Rohtak does not have. Okay, so in case you are looking at a 4-year program, Shillong will give you that opportunity. Core subjects. Now these core subjects are exactly same no matter which IIM you are studying, which is in fact good, because it doesn't matter which IIM you are ultimately able to crack. More or less the actual studies, the subjects, the depth of the subjects is very similar. So core subjects, everybody does maths, everybody does stats, economics, accounting, marketing, finance, HR, operations, analytics, entrepreneurship, business law, humanities also. In fact, all of them have these as a part of their core subjects. Now, pedagogy, ultimately they are all IIMs, so they are IIMs. Okay, so they are not really of the form of a professor coming in the class giving you a lecture on a particular marketing chapter, and then you're supposed to make notes and go to the exam and write down all the answers. They're all case studies. The students work on live projects throughout the semesters, simulations, lot of corporate sessions also they have as a part of their curriculum. Internships, big part of any IIM program, not just its 3 IIMs, but all the IIMs wherever there is an IPM program. Internship is a very big part. Okay, so social internship, research internship, corporate internship, and obviously one compulsory internship in the MBA between the 2 years of the MBA, between the 4th and the 5th year. So that is a part of all the programs. So not really anything to pick from. Recruiters, very important. See the kind of names that you are that they have. Consulting, you have Deloitte, you have EY, Ernst and Young, you have KPMG, PwC, Accenture, Bain. Some of the best in the world, rather, in the consulting domain as such, are present at all of these three campuses. Banks, ICICI, HDFC, Axis. Tech, you have Infosys, Wipro, Cognizant, Tata Group, etc. So some of the best names, rather, in the respective industries are present at all of these three campuses. Very important is now the roles that for the kind of which the hiring happens. Finance role, consulting role, marketing role, analytics role, operations role. If you see in finance, students begin their career with investment banking analyst, financial analyst, risk analyst, some of the best paying jobs in the finance industry. Consulting, obviously, I don't need to tell you, you must have heard enough, but yes, consulting also, business analyst, strategy consultant, management consultant, some of the best jobs in the industry currently. Similar is marketing. You start as a brand manager, digital marketing manager, product marketing executive, and so on and so forth. So roles are also very good. Obviously, it is in proportion to the institute that they go to for hiring. If you are at a top layer IIM, you are going to be able to manage to get into these roles right at the beginning of your career. So yes, this is something that is common across all the three programs. Okay. One more thing that we need to do is just look at the program structure in a little more detail. Okay, so years 1 to 3, foundation and undergraduate level management studies, the BBA phase, which is again common across all the three. Very important. The progression to the MBA phase, which is the 4th and the 5th year, is not guaranteed, is not given. You will have to manage some basic requirement of academics of CGPA to be able to get into the MBA phase. It's not just that if you just enter the IIM somehow after 12th, then if you don't do anything, you're still walking out with an MBA degree. That's not how it's going to be. Okay, so for IIM Rohtak, you need to maintain a 5 CGPA. For IIM Ranchi, you need to maintain a 4.5 CGPA if you want to enter into their MBA phase. Otherwise, they will send you home with a BBA degree. Yes. Shillong, you will have to accumulate 200 credits in the first 3 years to be able to go into the MBA part. Then is year 4, which is the Shillong, as I told you, has an option of BBA honors. So you can get into the track of BBA honors also, or you can directly merge with that respective institute, whether it is Shillong, Ranchi or Rohtak, MBA batch. So 4th and 5th year can be that. So if you are at Rohtak and Ranchi, you go through the first phase, you maintain enough CGPA, you directly enter the MBA phase. If you are at Shillong, you go through the first phase, you have a choice of BBA honors and then exiting, or you go through the last 2 years of the MBA batch and walk out with a very good placement after IIM Shillong's 5 years. So yes, that's the program structure in detail. Then comes the foundation phase again, which is, as I told you, is common, but I wanted to have a detailed view on it. So everybody is doing mathematics, and almost all of them, we dived one level deeper also. We went through the syllabus also. So everybody is teaching calculus, linear algebra, differential equations, probability, optimization methods, etc. Statistics, again common for all the IIMs, business statistics, regression analysis, forecasting. All of this is taught across all the three courses. So there is very little to pick from, whether, if I go here, I will do more of maths, or I have to do less of maths if I go here, etc. Those factors not really play a role here. Economics, macroeconomics, managerial economics, international economics, public policy, big thing across all IIMs. Very important is humanities. All IIMs, in fact, even Indore also has humanities as a big part of their course. Psychology, sociology, ethics, political science, Indian society and governance, Indian knowledge systems. Shillong does this in a very big way, Indian knowledge system. So this is something Shillong might do slightly more extra. Everybody is doing it. Shillong might just do a little more justice to Indian knowledge systems, but every IIM, Rohtak, Ranchi, even Indore, they have subjects of psychology, sociology, political science, etc. Another kind of subjects that are common across all the three IIMs are the management subjects. So these are the basic subjects where you strengthen your base before you actually begin studying these subjects in detail. So financial accounting, marketing management, organizational behavior, HRM, operation management, MIS, entrepreneurship, business law, foreign languages. Almost all IIMs will ensure that you know at least one, on the best case, two foreign languages by the time you walk out of their institute. That's how well balanced all the courses are. Yes. Now, I have given a very specialized matrix for each kind of specialization at each of the IIMs and the subjects that you need to study. So, when you go to Rohtak, the flagship format is the PGP program, single general cohort choosing second year elective. So, in the first year of MBA, which is the fourth year, everybody studies almost the same subjects. In the second year is when these electives come into the picture. Okay. So, if you are the possible options of specialization in MBA at IIM Rohtak are finance, marketing, HR, analytics, economics and public policy. These are the options. Within each option, these are generally the subjects that they get you to study. Okay, so these will now start varying a little depending on which IIM you are at, what options you are preparing, and what is the depth you really want to get into. Look at the last column, last row rather, very important. This is something that is niche for a particular IIM. Okay, so Rohtak does social entrepreneurship, public policy challenges. So you might want to do public policy, you might want to get into social entrepreneurship. Rohtak will give you that chance. Going to Ranchi, MBA offers parallel dedicated master's degree for HR and business analytics. So, this is what I was talking about. In fact, Ranchi is known for its HRM program. Okay, Ranchi obviously has the finance specialization, marketing specialization, dedicated MBA. So there is a very separate track for MBA in HR at Ranchi. Again, a very specific track for MBA in BA, they call business analytics at Ranchi. So, you know, it's not a normal MBA where you are choosing 2 or 3 electives in the last year, maybe in the last 2 semesters, etc., for HR and business analytics, and therefore walk out with an MBA in HR. It is a proper dedicated MBA HR. So, yes, it does a lot more justice to HR and to business analytics at IIM Ranchi. But having said that, all of these specialization options are very much present at IIM Ranchi also. Moving on to IIM Shillong. So, PGP again, single general cohorts choosing the second year electives. The options that you see at IIM Shillong are substantially, I would say, better also, I would say modern also, very, very contemporary, very, very what is needed today. So, advanced options in fintech, algorithmic trading, infrastructure, project finance, etc. In marketing also, they have global strategic simulations, which is a very important thing for today. In HR, they have people analytics, leadership labs, etc. Intelligent enterprise analytics, prompt engineering for Gen AI, cyber security. Again, something which is very, very talked about in today. The I had told you to watch out the last row. IIM Shillong also has something in sustainability challenge, circular economy, and Indian knowledge system. This is what we had seen earlier also in the common part. Indian knowledge systems is what Shillong has said that they believe very strongly in. They are actually teaching lessons from Vedas and Upanishads in the classes. So if that interests you, Shillong should definitely be on your radar. So it's a very in-depth thing. It's a good exercise for you to go to these individual institute websites, go through their syllabus, see the extent to which the subject is covered, to understand whether it really resonates to you. Okay. Internship opportunities, again, as I told you, big thing in all the IIMs and therefore common for all the IIMs. We are still on the similarities discussing in detail. We have not yet gone to the differences. So year 1, there is a social internship, community internship between year 1 and year 2. So it's roughly 6 to 8 weeks, because generally there is a gap of 2 months between the 2 years. So that's when you are expected to do this internship. Research internship, or within the institute there is an academic internship also that is offered. That's generally what students do after year 2. Year 3, there is a short corporate internship on either finance, marketing, or analytics. After year 4, of course, you don't really have a choice. Rather, in IPM programs, here also you don't have a choice. You have to do an internship for the required credits. But yes, this is a big internship. This is where the best names in the recruitment industry also offer internships for the 4th year summer internship program with the top firms. And if you see the list of recruiters for internship, that's also in fact rather exactly same as the final internship, final recruitment, because these are the same names who are going to then take people to give them permanent jobs. Okay, so yes, as I told you, we've discussed this name, so I'm not really spending time on it. Now we talk about the key differences. Now, what are the differences? The maturity of the course. Rohtak started in 2019. It is the most established course out of the three. So it definitely has a more established entire IPM ecosystem around the program, which makes a lot of difference. Track is BBA, MBA. Approximate fees we discussed 3940. Average placement 20. Highest placement 37. Orientation, the entire course is very management subject oriented. So it has a strong management foundation. So even if you see the electives, even if you see the core subjects at Rohtak, they are a little more tuned towards the management part. Ranchi is mid-stage, started after Rohtak but before Shillong, therefore we say it's mid-stage. Again, the track is same, BBA, MBA. We've seen the fees, we have seen the placements. It's a multidisciplinary course but having a balance. So it has management subjects, it has slightly tilting towards a little more towards humanities also, which is Ranchi. Shillong newest, but Shillong has the best kind of placements. In the IIM industry also, in the IIM world also, Shillong is regarded as an IIM higher, because it is the one of the better IIMs as compared to maybe Rohtak and Ranchi also. So Shillong, the track is BBA or BBA honors and then MBA. That's one very important point of difference. 26 lakhs, 71 lakhs, clearly outdoing Ranchi and Rohtak. So these are obviously the numbers for the MBA batch, not the IPM batch. IPM batch is still in their second year. And what is Shillong doing separately? Shillong has leadership and sustainability as focus of their courses and the subjects across all the semesters. Okay. So, if you want to talk about Rohtak, it will be strongest IPM ecosystem, longest track record amongst the three. Ranchi, dedicated MBA tracks for HRN and business analytics. This is what I would pick Ranchi if I want to end up ultimately into an HR field or an business analytics field. And Shillong, best placement potential, premium MBA brand. Okay. So, key structural takeaways, what we just discussed. If you would want to go to Rohtak, if traditional, streamlined corporate or government curriculum framework is what you are looking for, integrating public policy tracking directly with data analytics. Public policy is something that Rohtak is doing in a big way. So if that resonates with you, if a normal corporate kind of a course it resonates you, Rohtak is your place to be. Ranchi is pioneer in the structural decoupling the management with the management course with its subjects and introducing a little more liberal subjects. So deep dive into HR or business analytics, Ranchi is the place that you would really want to get into. Shillong, most modern interdisciplinary elective array. If you look at a list of electives also, you will be amazed. Officially weaving fintech and algo trading into finance, prompt engineering into tech, and it enforces a dedicated domain for IKS, is what we have discussed at least 2 times in this video itself, Indian knowledge system. So that's something that they're doing in a big way. Okay. Now, which program is right for you? How will you decide? IPM legacy and alumni wise, Rohtak, because it has the longest legacy. Dedicated MBA tracks is why you should pick Ranchi, and Shillong is for the premium placements. Better brand, therefore better placements, therefore better roles offered, etc., etc. Okay, so yeah, to summarize, of how do we go about picking. These are the factors that you will pick. If you want to have a very stable, established ecosystem, you go to Rohtak. If you want a dedicated MBA track for either HR or BA, Ranchi is your place. The most premium, the best placements, and something different in sustainability in Indian knowledge systems, Shillong is your answer. So yes, I hope this video was helpful. Thank you so much. कितना हुआ टाइम?